Hey guys, it's me from Malenovice, Czech Republic. It is the last day of intern training here. We've been training with 12 other teams that will be going to countries all over Eastern Europe. 4 of them are here in the Czech, and there's a Polish team, and 2 Latvian teams, and 2 Ukraine teams, and Slovakian team, and a Slovenia team, and I think there's more, but that's it off the top of my head. Oh, and there's a Croatia team. Anyway, get there eventually. Anyway, it's been great. We've been learning a lot. The talk's been good. The training's been good. It's been really busy, getting stuff ready to visit cities and churches all around the Czech for our teams. We finished the amazing race, came in 10th out of 13th, so our team did a great job. It was fun. It was stressful too. We went from Vienna to 40 minutes west of Vienna in this suburb called Hütteldorf, and we stayed in a hostel there. And we got lost on the way to the hostel because we got directions to a place that they thought we would be staying, but it was the wrong place. And finally we made it there. Then we went to Bratislava and spent all day in Bratislava. And then we went from Bratislava to Brno. In the same day we went from Vienna to Bratislava, and then from Bratislava to Brno, Czech Republic. And we stayed in this hostel in Brno. We met some cool people there, or on the way there. Ate this soup called Dershkova, which is a cow stomach soup. So that was a lot of fun. Actually, not so bad. I mean, if you can get Tim, you probably wouldn't like it. The texture would probably get to you, but it wasn't so bad. And then we finished off our final day in Brno on the amazing race, where one of our first assignment was to find this college in Brno and take this 10-question grammar test. And then depending on what your average was, that was subtracted from 100, and that was your minute penalty. So let's say your team averaged 70 from 100, you have a 30-minute penalty. Well, some people on our team did well. I did not. I got a 4 out of 10. A little disappointed. It's been a long time since I took a grammar test. I think I used correct grammar, but I didn't do so well. So 4 out of 10. I guess that's what happens when in your school system they stop going over grammar after 7th or 8th grade. What are you going to do? So after that we ended up going to the main square in Brno, and they had us doing this gummy bear challenge. So anyone leading youth group games or big group games or something like that, here's a great idea for you. Each team was given a bowl where they poured 1 or 2 full bags of Haribo gummy bears in them, and then there were 6 bowls on the fountain. And so on the fountain, there we go. And as a team, one person held the bowl, and then you had to go in with your face and pick up 1 gummy bear, and you'd look up and your person would tell you what color it was, and then you had to run to the correct bowl and drop the gummy bear in it, and then run back to your line. And you essentially relayed this until your whole bowl of gummy bears was empty. And if you dropped a gummy bear on the ground, well, you had to use your mouth to pick the gummy bear up off the ground. So that was fun. So essentially, I get the gummy bear with my face, I look up, and then I go, and as soon as I drop the gummy bear in, as soon as I start running, the next person can get a gummy bear in their mouth. And then once I drop the gummy bear in the bowl, the next person can start running. So it's like this constant motion. So we had a red bowl, a dark red bowl, and an orange bowl, and a green bowl, and a light red bowl, and a clear bowl. And I think those are all the Haribo gummy bear colors. So we spent a bunch of time doing that. It was tired. It was you're doing a lot of running, and it was kind of sticky. But it was a great, easy game. I mean, gummy bears and bowls, and you just separate them. And it looked kind of cool because you had bowls of all the gummy bears all categorized, and we did it with our mouths. Anyway, so we got to Malenovice, and then we had to kick some soccer goals against a pretty good goalie, and once we scored 10, we were done. And so it was a good race. We have a great team. Ryan and Allie and Ava and Yenna did a great job, because Bonnie and I were not supposed to lead or help or anything, so they got to do everything, which is kind of nice, because I just kind of got to sit back and watch a lot of things unfold. So a little bit less pressure for me. So what's going on now is training is finishing up, and we're getting ready to go to Zlín, which is about 90 kilometers away. It's about it's 90 kilometers away. So we go there on Thursday. So if you could be praying for that. We're meeting with the leaders for the first time. We've been emailing and trying to get things together, but it's our first time meeting with them. They've never done a camp before, so we're going to be visiting schools and teaching English and promoting the English camp, and we'll be having leaders meetings and talking about responsibilities, what we want camp to look like, what's the purpose of camp, what are some values we want to have so we can establish a good foundation, not just for this camp, but for future camps. And then we'll be being hosted in homes, so just praying for good fellowship, good connection between our team and their team. And I'm teaching a sermon on Sunday at the church on what is a young person or what is an adolescent and what impacts them. So kind of answering the question of like what shapes a young person. Some example people will be like what shaped David or King Joash or Daniel. And so I'm working on that right now. So if you guys could just be praying for that this guy would just show me who to speak about, the passage that he wants me to speak on, what he wants me to bring up, and that Yenda, the Czech national on my team, and I would work well together because he'll be translating. So if you could just be praying for those visits, the visit to Zlín, the intern training would finish well, that our team would really grow together, that we'd serve well together. A lot's going on. There are definitely times where the waves feel pretty big, and I feel like God was sort of just telling me last night, kind of saying like you asked me to come out of the boat for this next 7 months. Do you really think I would let the wind and waves overtake you if I called you out of the boat? And the answer is no. So just if you guys just pray for me that I would live out of that truth and just remember that He's going to be faithful and that there are a lot of good deeds that He has planned for me and this team to walk in this summer, and to not fear those, and to not fear whatever difficulty that comes with. That would be great. So I miss you guys. I miss you all out there, friends and family. So I hope you guys are having a great summer. It's really rainy here. If you guys want to pray for nice weather, that would be great too. It's just been rainy and rainy and rainy and rainy. So if you could pray for sunshine and a little bit of warmth, that'd be great too. So I'm really excited. I really believe that God has not only called me here, but our whole team here for this summer. In Acts, I should know this for sure. I'm going to get this reference real quick to make sure I tell you the right one. It's Acts 16:9 or 18:9. I'm going to tell you for sure. Give me a second. Paul is in Corinth in this passage, and I heard this. John Piper used this verse in his sermon about unconditional election, and I think it's Acts 18:9. Yeah, it's Acts 18:9. And but when I heard it, I just felt like God was talking to me too. This was in Vienna before the Amazing Race, and Paul's in Corinth and he's preaching, and some people are believing, some people aren't. It's getting difficult, and I said, so this is after a leader of the synagogue believed, and the Lord has come to Paul one night. So it says, and the Lord said to Paul one night in a vision, do not be afraid, but go on speaking, and do not be silent, for I am with you, and no one will attack you to harm you, for I have many in this city who are my people. And he stayed there 1 year and 6 months, teaching the word of God among them. And when I heard John Piper read that and say that, it was just like I felt God was saying, like, Jonathan, keep going, press on. You're here for 7 months. Go all out, because I have many people in this country that belong to me. I was really encouraged, and so if you just pray that we would persevere, that we would run this race, that we would remain steadfast, that we would be bold, that we would follow the Spirit. That is something we would greatly appreciate. As one of our teachers at Moody said, Dr. Sauer, in his great Southern accent, he said, class, I covet your prayers. We covet your prayers at this time. And so our team, our ministry here, we covet your prayers at this time. So thank you so much. Hope you guys are having a great day. Miss you all. Love you. Bye.